Muchos saludos, raza. Tenemos la comadre CrissyE. ¿Cómo estás, comadre?
Aloha, ¿cómo estás? This is CrissyE all the way from Corpus Christi, Texas.
De Corpitos, híjole. And aloha? I haven't had anyone say aloha.
Yes, I'm already getting used to saying aloha. I've been with my husband for 15 years and he's from Hawaii. So I'll tell you the story on how all of this Hawaiian and Tejano came about.
Yeah, please tell me the story because that's the one thing I noticed about your post. It has that Hawaiian vibe to it, and I'm like, okay, is she Hawaiian or is she Tejana? And then I seen, okay, your husband's Hawaiian by what I noticed in a post, but please tell me the story.
Yes, of course. So first of all, I want to say thank you, Daniel, for having me here in the Tejano Spotlight Radio. I want to thank all the listeners, all my friends, family, and fans. Thank you for listening in. And all this came about first was I've been with my husband for 15 years. And growing up, me as myself, I love singing, of course, as you can tell, right? I love singing. I just never put myself out there. Back then, I used to be real shy. I didn't want people to judge me. There could be very many judgmental people, and they critique you on your music or your voice, and so forth. And meeting my husband back in 2006 or 7, around there. Yes, se me olvidó cuando, pero it's been a long time. So we got together, and he actually, every time we go to restaurants, and there was mariachis. My husband knew, I love to sing because I would do a lot of karaoke. I just put myself out there, and he was like, you know what? How come you don't sing mariachi songs? I'm gonna call them mariachis. I'm gonna pay them. He goes, and you sing a song or two. And I was like, no, I don't want to be noticed. I don't want nobody to come over here. I don't want nobody to see me. And sure enough, he would always put me on the spot, And doing that, it kind of got me comfortable because after that, like a lot of people would tell me, oh my God, you sing beautiful. You have a beautiful voice. And I would get a lot of great, great compliments, And then I was like, maybe I should put myself out there, So one day, my husband had the idea, because my husband's from Hawaii, right? He's born and raised in Hawaii. We every morning we listen to Hawaiian music, and it's totally different, very unique, very beautiful music, and it has like a lot of people think it's like that, like when they have that Christmas song, Melekimiki Maka.
Yeah.
It's not like that because there's different types of Hawaiian music, There's like, it almost sounds like reggae put into it, very relaxing. There's also country Hawaiian. There's so many bands out there that that they have mixed and everything's Hawaiian in Hawaii originally.
Yeah.
So my husband came up with this idea. So as I was singing, my husband met Freddie Martinez Jr. from Freddie Records.
Awesome
and
guy.
We became really close, like family. So to where him and his wife Anna baptized my youngest daughter. And my husband, he loves bragging about my voice, So he told Freddie, I have an idea, my wife likes to sing, and I'm trying to implement, a little bit of Hawaiian into Tejano. And at first, nobody's going to be like, everybody's like, how is that? Like a lot of people are like skeptical about it. I was at first,
Yeah.
And so when I was recording my first song, which was Camas Separadas, it's a cover from Yolanda and Rio. I did a little bit past his cumbia, and my husband was like, that night we went home, and he's like, hey, I'm really thinking about implementing the Hawaiian and Tejano. And he goes, I wasn't kidding about it. And I was like, well, we can see what happens. Let's go. Let's take it slow. So I recorded. I don't know if you've heard my first song, Adicta a Ti.
Oh, yes. That is on rotation as well.
Yes. Everybody gives me so much compliments about that song. Well, that has the ukulele in there, and it has the seance, like It has the sounds of the Hawaiians. In the beginning, it has like the Hawaiians yelling and doing the drums and stuff like that. And then, of course, my engineer implemented the ukulele in there, and then he implemented, of course, the accordion. And it all came out perfect, perfect, perfect. When I heard it, I cried, to be honest with you, because I never thought in a million years that you can implement Hawaiian music with Tejano, with the instruments. And my other song, Sekemeyama, I implemented also more of the ukulele, and also I implemented like it's kind of like Spanglish kind of, because I implemented English into that one too. So and all of that was my husband's idea. And now it's taken off. And those two songs, believe it or not, they have been at number one here in Corpus Christi, Texas, at the Texas Jukebox Radio, Liel's Broadcasting. They were at number one for about 6 or 7 consecutive weeks. And also, they were also at number one at, I don't know if you've heard of Mas Chingon Radio.
Oh yeah, that's one of our sister stations.
Yes, they were. Okay, my both songs were hit number one for a couple of weeks, and I was so honored because I never thought in a million years, that would happen. Um, so those two songs that my husband had that idea of implementing the Hawaiian, I loved it. We love the idea now because we get so many compliments. It's very addicting to listen to them. It's catchy. It's something different, unique. And so I have a song that I did recently. We also implemented the ukulele, but you can't hear it as much as you can hear the trumpets and the accordion. My husband loves the accordion. He fell in love with the accordion.
I think we all tend to fall in love with the accordion after, like,
yes,
like just hearing the ukulele within the music as well. Like I picked it up a little bit, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. And I went and sent it to one of my friends who's in the Midwest, and they heard it too, and they were like, yeah, this sounds badass. Like, bro, like, who is she?
It's like real relaxing, the Sekemeyama, I imagine, like, I don't know if you ever seen, I made a music video on it too, the Sekemeyama.
Yes.
And it's real relaxing to, like, over here in Corpus. I don't know if you've ever been to Corpus, like, driving down Ocean Drive, with your top off, like with your convertible or the car top off, and just listening to that song, like during the summer or the spring. I mean, that'd be perfect for a barbecue outing and unas fritas. So yeah, and so my new song "Me Vuelve Loca" that recently came out like about 4 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I believe. We implemented the ukulele, like I told you, but I mean, you could hear it, but not as much. But the people think it's a guitar, and it's not. It's the ukulele in there. So I'm looking forward to getting more songs and implementing more Hawaiian in it. To where people are already calling, they're already saying that I'm the Hawaiian Tejano sensation.
And that, like, it's a unique it's a unique sound that you have, and like most people don't have that little niche, and you do, that you can cross over to those.
Yes.
Like, it even has my fellow DJs very impressed, and they're looking at your music, and it's like,
Thank you.
we can actually like do something different. This is different.
Yes.
And everyone
like
hears it.
More like international, they said. I had a DJ from San Antonio, as a matter of fact. He got all my songs, and he did like a remix of all the songs. And I was so honored because, I mean, I don't know of any other artists that they've done that, other than people that are, up there, like international, like Ramon Ayala. I know that they got all his cumbias and they remixed them, and it sounds real good. Oh my God. So when he did that, it was an honor, and I started to cry. I was like, oh my God, he actually took time to do this for my music. I said, how awesome is that? So thanks to DJ AB Capitello, I believe his last name.
Oh yeah, it's compadre. Yeah, it's compadre
AB. That's him with my music, and it's awesome, And I'm like, wow, people are actually, they're really liking this music. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited, I'm honored, and I'm very blessed, to have also the Martinez family, behind me and all the support that they've been giving me, and pushing me to do this. Because every time I'd do a recording, Freddie Martinez would call us and be like, "Hey, are you gonna come back to the studio?" And I'm like, "What?" I was like, "Sure, I'll go back."
Yeah, that's true. That's just an honor to be inside that studio. Like I want to go inside that studio because I was
Yeah,
like,
they say it's very hard to get in there, and I'm like, really? I was like, wow, and it's very hard for people to go there and record and stuff like that. So I'm like, wow, I'm very blessed, to have them, like I said, to have them their support, all the Martinez family, and Freddie Martinez Jr. and Hannah, his wife, and all his whole family. I want to thank them, for everything that they've done for me. I mean, they've opened doors that I've never dreamt of, and it's an honor. It's an honor to say, hey, I record out of Freddie Records.
and like just the studio itself and the whole setup, plus like hopefully like you'll be able to get signed to Freddie Records too, because
Yes.
that's one of the powerhouses in La Honda right now.
Yes, it is. It is. And all the legendaries were there. Ramon Ayala goes in there every now and then. When he comes to Corpus, he still goes there and does some music. Elida Reina does too. Los Palominos. There's a lot of them. And like I said, I was like, wow, I mean, Legendary's actually been here in this recording studio where I'm standing. In this microphone, they've recorded on the same microphone. They sat here where I'm sitting. So it's like all a dream.
And who has been your idol in any genre of music that like you look up to music wise?
Gosh, I have so many, Daniel. The very first one that I known of growing up was Yolanda del Rio. Have you ever heard of Yolanda del Rio?
Oh yeah, she's a legend.
Yes, I love her music. When she sings, that lady sings from her heart. Growing up, my older sister would play her music, and I just fell in love with her voice. I fell in love with all her music. Back then, it was cassette players. We would listen to them, and I would always rewind it, keep rewinding this stuff, and then listening to it. So Yolanda Rio was one of my first, my first artists that I used to love listening to. One of my biggest inspirations. Another one was, of course, Ramon Ayala, because my mom was so in love with the music, and I know the genre is norteño, but I loved it. I loved the accordion. I loved everything about it. And then of course, like everybody says, Selena. And then another one is one of my other favorites, because I do like rock. I like R&B. I like country. Rock is like, I don't know if you ever heard of Evanescence.
Oh yeah, of course. Like that.
Yeah,
I got the 20th. Yes. I got the 20th anniversary release of the first album.
I love her voice. She has a very powerful voice. So listening to that and Yolanda and Rio and everything, I those are my biggest inspirations. One of them was Shakira as well. I love Shakira. So I have a lot of big inspirations and influences. Growing up, I used to see a lot of Star Search, and I would be hoping that one day that I would be in Star Search. Growing up, because I would see all these kids, around my age, like Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Justin Bieber. I mean, not Justin Bieber, Justin Timberlake. And there were one of my other, they were also my inspiration. So I would get in. My dad had built this picnic table outside, and I would get on top of that picnic table, and I would pretend that I was in Star Search. I would pretend I was on Johnny Canales' show, Domingo show, which I recently was in Domingo show like about 2 or 3 months ago. My dream came true.
Yeah. Now it's just Johnny Canales, I think.
Yes, Johnny Canales. I remember he would bring all the great legends, So, yeah. I was on Domingo show like about 2 months ago, I want to say. That was back in October, 2 or 3 months. So you'll find my performance on Domingo show. You'll find it on YouTube under Domingo show live, CrissyE. Mm-hmm. And it'll pop up. And I did all my 5 songs at the time. So they recorded it. They pre-recorded them and they put them on there as well. So yeah.
Man, it sounds like you had an interesting part.
Here.
Yeah. like 2023, like when you got my attention too, and just a
I
lot.
got,
You
yeah,
got a
I've done a
lot of
lot,
people's
Carlos.
attention.
Yes, yeah, I've done a lot in such a little period of time, and I'm very honored and blessed, Um, gosh, I'm also nominated for the Tejano Mundial. I'm nominated in 4 categories right now. So make sure y'all go vote. Vote for CrissyE. I'm nominated for Entertainer of the Year, uh, I guess social entertainer of the year, collaboration with Marvy on Sekeme Ama, Song of the Year collaboration, and Female Vocalist of the Year. So yeah, if you go onto my Facebook, it's all there. And then this 2023, I was also nominated for the Guadalupe Awards. I guess it was New Female Artist of the Year. So I made it in the top 5, you know. So it was awesome. I mean, I've been through, so, like I said, so much blessings in such little time, and I'm gonna continue, going forward this year, with more songs, more songs that have a Hawaiian mix in it too. So it could be different because I'm unique. I want to be different. I want to do my own to where I can have a name for myself and leave a legacy, for my kids, my grandkids, and I want my grandkids, my great grandkids, to open up a history book and be like, "There's CrissyE. She's the one that brought in Tejano and Hawaiian together."
And honestly, you already like made your niche in that. Like I can't wait to see more. So are you gonna put out a full album, or you're just gonna release an EP first and then an
I'm looking
album?
into an EP. I'm really looking into an EP. I've heard it's a lot more easier. I guess. And so I've been asking about that. I've been asking around because I've seen a lot of artists doing EP. And I think an EP allows certain. I think about 10 songs, I
Well,
believe.
6 songs. Like all you
Yeah,
are, you're just one song away from an EP. Yeah.
I have 6 already.
Okay, so ya
Mm-hmm.
tienes.
Yeah, yes, I can do an EP, and then later on, I also want to I want to have CDs. A lot of people ask me, "Do you have a CD? Do you sell CDs?" And I don't, because I don't know where to go for that. Like I mean, I know there's places that still do CDs. I just don't know where. I'd have to dig and ask around and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to making a CD as well. I think a CD takes 12 songs,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
Mm-hmm.
10 to 12, but either way, like I'm excited just to hear new music, like new music,
Yes.
and of course this new single "Me Vuelve Loca."
Me vuelve loca. Did you like that one, or what?
It
It's not.
it
It's good, right? It
it,
makes you dance.
it makes me dance, and I'm glad because I hear it on my station about 5 times a day. All brand new artists, like that. That's why like right after the show, we
Uh
have
huh.
8 hours of brand new music. So it's like okay,
Mm-hmm.
like right after the interview, you're gonna hear your song play about like 2 3 times after that, and it plays
Nice.
about 5 times a day. So all brand new
Ah,
artists, we make sure that you guys are hitting the music, like hitting hard
cool.
with brand new music. That's why right
Yes.
before
Thank
the
you.
interview, I was like, you know what, 8 hours of brand new music. You're gonna be within the first hour again, and don't forget too, because we will be on Apple Podcasts, so you can go and fast forward this interview if you want to go and hear
Yes.
the song, because of course we're gonna debut it here on the Tejano Spotlight Radio podcast as
Thank
well
you.
on Tejano Spotlight Radio. Yeah,
Yes. Right now, here in Corpus, Texas Jukebox has my ranchera one, the Te Llegó Me Olvido. They have it at number 1. This is the second week at number 1, and then Me Vuelve Loca is at number. Let's see, because it's a brand new song, so it's climbing up there. It's at. Let me see. I'll tell you right now. It's Me Vuelve Loca is at number 13 right now on there. So I have 2 of my songs on the top 20 right now.
awesome. And of course, the
Yes.
compadres allá in Texas Jukebox, Santos,
Uh-huh. Santos
awesome
and
guy.
Mark Leal. Yes, they're awesome. I want to send a shout out to them as well for always supporting me and putting my music out there. They're the best, man. They support me 100%. I know his son Mark's always making flyers for me and everything like that. I mean, and it feels so good, to have the support, here in my hometown as well. So But yeah, here lately I've been going a lot to San Antonio. So we're gonna have to meet in person, Daniel.
Oh yeah, we gotta meet in person. I know we got the Tejano Fanfare coming up at Hemisphere Park. Uh,
Yes, I did an application. They put me in for that. They did an application for me here recently for that. So
this
I'm looking forward to being in fanfare this year. So
yeah, you if you're not performing at Fanfare, so I'm scared, just go mingle because I know I'm gonna be at Fanfare this year since it's at a new location.
yeah,
And
to do
of
some
course,
social marketing, right?
oh yeah, I'm all about social marketing and about how everything is and how things look because hey, it's at a beautiful location. There's a whole bunch of restaurants, a whole bunch of bars around there, and también
Yes.
puro Tejano music and a lot of Tejano music lovers in one location.
Yep, and you see a lot of Tejano artists there. Legendary Tejano artists.
And of course, like you'll probably catch me doing interviews all over the place, and
Yeah, I
we'll
can't wait. It's gonna
we'll
be
have
fun.
a.
This is actually gonna be my first year to attend to one of those fanfares.
You haven't been to a fanfare and you live in
No,
Fairfax?
nope, nope. I've never
Oh my
been.
god! Like
I think it's the traffic that stops me. Like, oh, there's too many people.
I'm the
but
same way. And then
but
I
this year, if I'm gonna be on stage, I mean, I'm gonna have to attend, so that so people can hear my music.
hey a couple of shots beforehand. Yeah, I started listando.
Mm-hmm. I see. And now, me, like when I perform, I have dancers. They dress up, uh, half Hawaiian gear and then half Tejano gear. So if you go like to my Facebook, people record it. They have videos there where I performed. My last performance of the year of 2023 was at the legendary what's it called, Legacy Dance Hall in San Antonio, New Braunfels.
Oh yeah.
I performed there, and my dancers were with me. So what they do is they wear like the flowers. They wear the flowers on their head, and then they dress. They have flowers in their waist, and then they have like they'll wear leather pants with the boots. Like cowboy boots. So it's Hawaiian and Tejano, and
Hey, but
it looks very very nice.
because I seen it in your video, I think La Joya went and posted it on hers
Hmm.
too, and I was like, oh shoot, like that. This is very unique and like just
Yes.
and just the whole me from the marketing point of view. It's like okay, this is cool. Like that. This is very cool.
Yes,
And
it's interesting, right? Because a lot
yeah,
of people, when I mention, oh, I do Hawaiian and Tejano, they're all like, what? No way. They can't, they can't picture that. They can't picture listening to that. So then they're forced to be like, okay, well, let me go listen to it because I don't think I've ever heard that. And then when they listen to it, they're like, oh my God, this sounds so good, because they thought they were seeing it in another way, or wanting to listen in, like they thought it was going to be, different. Like it is different, but it's a good different, you
and
know?
and that's what we're fighting for here on Tejano Spotlight Radio is for everyone to go and take a listen because like
Yes,
there's a lot of brand new artists and like it's an honor to have an artist like you come on the show and talk about how Tejano is, especially in your eyes, and how the industry is, because
yes,
we have to take a look at the industry through fresh eyes and like you have a year officially in the industry and it's good seeing a fresh face like you in the
yes.
industry and just seeing the happiness because sometimes okay we're into the cheese man like quién está trabajando con quién y like okay
Yeah, and
well who,
it's kind of hard too because sometimes like you don't know what audience you're going to capture, you know?
yeah that's for sure and with me once I heard your name on the market and it's like okay hey let's go and find her music let's see how it is and friend of you followed you on Facebook and then it's like okay now I see what she's doing now I get her gimmick like
Yeah. So what that's why I'm I want to be different when I first start a conversation. I'm always aloha mi gente, something different, and people are like, "Is this lady crazy? Why is she saying aloha?" But now a lot of the times they don't know why. So I have to be like, well, I consider myself part of Hawaii. I've been there so many times. I've been with my husband for 15 years. We got two girls. So I'm already. I'm all about both cultures.
Yeah, and that's what it
It's
should be.
beautiful. Yes, it's a very beautiful culture. There is the aloha spirit.
Yes.
Um, and it's beautiful. And for one to understand it, you'd have to live it. Like the way I have for 15 years. And that's why I gave it a shot when my husband said, "You know what? Let's try to implement." I was open minded when he said, "Let's put some Hawaiian in there." And I'm like, I was kind of a little skeptical. And I was like, you know what? I have to be open minded. He's my spouse, and I want to see what this can do or what's going to happen. So when we did Adikta Ati and everybody loved it, I saw all the speculations about it, and people were like, oh my God, this is cool. This is neat. And how did you come upon this? And I had so many radio interviews about it. And I'm like, okay, people are liking this. It's something different and unique. So now let's do another one. So and now when I get new music, we're implementing the ukulele, we're implementing the drums, we're implementing the congos, we're implementing everything we can, so that we can make it different. you know
Yeah, and that's the way it should be. And like for me, I tell a lot of artists this: take a risk, no matter what. Go and take a risk.
yes.
See what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might like it, some people might hate it, but you took that risk.
Correct.
And
Yes.
and now look, you're hitting 3 different markets, and también like I see your face all over the place, and it's good. Like for me, this is so good. This is so how it's supposed to be. Well,
Yes. Correct. I've when I did my song, I think that I was a lot of other artists reached out to me, and I have a list. They want to do collaborations with me now, and I'm like, okay, I'm new to this. I mean, I don't. I mean, I wouldn't mind, but can I have like at least a year or so for myself, and then I'll do collaborations. But
and
yeah, and I understand. I mean, they want to do collaborations because it's a fresh to everybody, and they were wanting to know, hey, where did this come from? How did you get into this Hawaiian stuff, and what instruments did you implement it, and all of that. And I mean, like I said, I wouldn't mind doing any collaborations. Whoever wants to do collaborations with me, I'm open for it. However, I just wanted this year, to go by for me to get put out there. You know what I mean? And I noticed that I have been, putting my name out there because a lot of people are recognizing who I am. So yeah, like I said, they're starting to call me the Hawaiian Tejano sensation. So I'm like, oh, that's a good one. Okay, I'll roll with that.
and that's like the best marketing I have ever seen. And the best part about it is it's not just like it wasn't just forced marketing. It was just like it just happened, and
Correct.
that's the best part. Like, yeah, you already got your nickname in la onda. Hey, all you have to do, Sosuke copyright, yeah.
They're calling my husband because my husband's never worn like a cowboy hat. And he started listening to Tejano music, of course, when he met me. Because all my family, that's all we listen to is Tejano. And he loves Ramon Ayala, which is norteño. So now that he bought his first cowboy hat, now they're starting to call him the Hawaiian cowboy.
Hey, like for me,
Yeah, and I'm like, what?
but it works.
Yes, and I'm like, that's crazy, because now everybody, we go to San Antonio and they're like, hey, there's a Hawaiian cowboy, he's getting noticed, and I'm like, wow, like they're so quick to put names. I was like, but it works. Yeah, it works because they know who we are.
Yeah,
Um,
and that
yeah, it's awesome.
and that's the best part about the industry too is no matter what, like with the whole Latino thing, we give each other nicknames so we can remember. And
Andale. Yep,
yeah,
that's true. You're right.
like even though all of my nicknames started with a P, pero hey, it's that one.
I don't even want to say it, but I bet I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
Deja ahí, no toches.
yeah.
Quítate aquí.
But hey, it's all good. Like, but any other shout outs? Any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, I want to send a shout out to La Jolla Promotions. La Jolla Emerald Ferrer. She's one of my promoters. She's doing an awesome job putting me out there. And I also want to send a shout out to HJN Promotions, which is Hen Dog, Hoya, and Natalia Promotions. Also to the New Mexico Radio Talk Show. I'm a co-host there, so I want to send a shout out to them as well for always playing my music, always supporting me, and being very supportive of my music and myself as well. Also want to send a shout out to Liao's Broadcasting, to Mark Liao and Santos Liao, and of course my engineer Mariano Herrera. He's like the best God-given engineer I'm very blessed to have him as an engineer. He is very talented man. Also, want to send a shout out to Freddie Martinez Jr. and his family, of course, all the Martinezes and the studio, of course, Freddie Records. Thank you all. I'm blessed to have them by my side and being supportive of me and my music as well. Also, want to send a shout out to my friends, family, and fans, and of course, my husband, who's always been there for me and been my rock. He's been very supportive since I started this music, and he's the one that implemented, the Hawaiian instruments and the Hawaiian culture into my music. So, like he says, and I say, when we want to take Tejano, to Hawaii, and we want to bring Hawaii to Tejano, to the mainland, and it's a beautiful, beautiful culture. And it's like no other, because it's very unique. And I don't think I've ever heard of anything like this, that anybody implemented Hawaiian music with Tejano. I even asked, I don't know if you know who Gilbert, what's his last name?
Velasquez.
Gilbert Velasquez. We had interviewed him a while back, and I know he's a producer, right, for many legendary artists as well. And I had asked him, I said, have you ever heard of Hawaiian and Tejano? He said, no, I've never heard of it. He goes, but it would be awesome if somebody were to implement the ukulele into Tejano. And I said, well, sir, I've done that. And he goes, really? Like he was like, when? How? I said, well, you have to go and listen to my music, you know? And he says, I will. He goes, that's very interesting. He goes, I've never heard of that. He goes, but it would have been awesome, if somebody could implement it, and you already did that. So that's great. He goes, I'll go listen to it. So yeah.
And Gilbert Velasquez, like his advice is just so
Yeah.
interesting, especially like having a sit down conversation with him and like just going into his mind. It's like,
Yes.
wow, really, like you could have, like you did that. Like,
yeah. And he was like shocked, because he's like, at first he's like, well, it would be nice if somebody were to implement that. And I said, well, I already did.
and
I was one step ahead of you, sir.
like that's the one thing I love too. Like when you come here to Fanfare and just talk to the legends and like just some of the other people from the other states and just hearing like getting some ideas, and it's just nothing but like ideas going around like, hey, you know what, I know this person, you can work with this person.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's all a business network for us, but it's also
Right.
meeting with the fans. Like that's the main thing that drives our industry is the fans. And like why I love doing what I'm doing is because we have plenty of fans all over the world that are interested in new artists, especially like you, and just
Mhm.
seeing you guys grow. Like
Yes.
we helped Liz Garcia at the beginning of her career and had her grow, and Erica
Speaking of,
Renee, and just so many different artists.
Yeah, speaking of Liz Garcia, I don't know if you've seen the flyer going around all over Facebook. I'm going to be performing my first performance on January 27th at El Rancho Bar here in Orange Grove, which is 30 minutes away from Corpus Christi, Texas. And Liz Garcia is going to come down and perform.
Awesome. Like
So, yeah.
I gotta see if I can go down.
Yeah, she's an awesome artist all around as well. And she's been doing it for a while. And I respect her for that because she has a lot of good music. I love her humbleness. She's very loving, and I just, all around, she's a great artist, So, yeah. I kind of look up to her as an inspiration as to like, the way she is as a person, She's very humble. Oh, yes. So
Yeah,
she'll be here with me on the 27th at a Rancho Bar here in Orange Grove, Texas.
and that's gonna be a fun event. Of course, all these events you can go and find them out on your CrissyE Facebook page.
Correct, yes. And then I'll be in San Antonio February 2nd for the Tejano Conjunto explosion that's going around. There's going to be lots of amazing artists as well, and I'll be one of them there performing. The details are also on Facebook. There's a flyer going around, and that one's going to be, let's see, it's going to be at Perin Beltul Road in San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, Pure and Vital.
Perin Vital?
Yeah.
Perin Vital?
Yes.
Perin Vital Road, yeah, in San Antonio, Texas, February the 2nd. And it's going to be, they're calling it the Tejano Conjunto Explosion. And there's going to be a lot of good artists, a lot of Conjunto, and of course all the Tejanos. So yeah, that flyer's going around as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm getting a little bit, booked this year more than I was this past year. This past year has been a lot of interviews and stuff like that, which I don't mind. I love doing them because I like to talk a lot.
And
so
that's all good because, like, right after this interview, I'm pretty sure we're going to have some more interviews coming up as well. But, like, I want to thank you and your husband for giving the time to do an interview with me. And, like, it was a fun interview. Like that's
yes,
for sure. And
you.
for sure, I want to make sure anyone who's listening in right now, this will be put on Spotify in just a little bit, right after the interview, as well as on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and of course YouTube on Tejano Spotlight Radio Podcast. So we're gonna be all over the place in just a little bit. Pero, would you like to introduce your latest single?
Yes, my latest single is Me Vuelve Loca.
Lo que tiene ese hombre que me vuelve loca. Cuando se me acerca mi corazoncito todo se alborota. Al sentir tus manos cuando recorren toda mi piel. Oigo campanitas, oigo estrellitas y me entrego Oigo campanitas, oigo estrellitas y me entrego Será la mirada que tiene el que me hipnotiza. Sabor a miel será su sonrisa, los que me provocan y me cerca mi corazoncito todo es el